Welcome back to From the Bench, everybody. As always, it's Eric, and today we're back with the final installment from our blaster opening while I talk about and rank where I think every team's going to finish in their division. So we started off with the AFC and NFC South. So we're doing the South at the same time. Then we moved on to the East, AFC and NFC. Then went to the North. And now we are finishing off with the West. Why did we finish off the West? Favorite team is the Chargers. So we're going to finish off with the West. And every one of these other ones, we've been starting with the AFC. Obviously, we're going to switch that up for the final one. We'll start with the NFC in this one and then move on to the AFC and see where you guys think I have everybody. It might actually surprise you. We'll wait and see. NFC West, the divisions they play are the AFC West. So obviously they play each other. And then they play the NFC South. So a lot of, if you guys have followed this, a lot of how these go is I'm kind of reviewing who they're playing, what other teams are playing. So, for example, we'll start at the bottom. I told you guys in the last video we'd start here, but I'm just going to move that mouse so it doesn't click stop by accident. We're starting with the Seahawks. They're the worst team in the division. I don't believe in Drew Lock. Yes, I'm okay with Pete Carroll, but do I think Pete Carroll is going to be able to will Drew Lock to being great along with the rest of that team? Probably not. The only thing they got going for them is a couple of the teams they play. So the teams that aren't in the AFC West, NFC South, or NFC West that they play are the Giants. Giants are not a good team. They also play the Jets. Jets aren't going to be a good team. And they also play the Lions. Lions aren't going to be a good team. That being said, I have them at like under 5 games. So they're one of the worst teams I think. It's going to finish off here. Just going to do this to De'Ami Brown. So we're not getting another downtown. This one is going to be Travis Etienne and a David Montgomery. So there's our first 3 hits, as we say. So no downtown in this one. I got very lucky last time. The last 2 blasters I opened for the last video. Boom. 2 downtowns. So got the Chase Young first. I was talking with the NFC North. Was giving Aaron Rodgers all the praise. Was even wearing an Aaron Rodgers jersey. Everything else. And then I reveal, boom, hit the Aaron Rodgers. Go back and watch it. It is just hilarious. But yeah, I just don't think the Seahawks are going to be good. I don't, not like, it's nothing against them, but what are they going to do? It's either Geno Smith or Drew Lock. Neither one of those options sound like great ones to me. So yeah, like I said, not really who I'm going to be looking at long-term as a good team. Once again, they'll be in that fight for a top 5 quarterback next year, right? They'll be right there with the Giants. They'll be right there with, maybe not the Lions, but they'll be there with a couple of the other teams that are going to really stink this year. So yeah, going through all that, lots of Falcons are another one that's going to be there. You'll hear about them later. So Seahawks to me are going to be the worst team in the NFC West. Chris Carson, Jared Goff for the Vikings. This is Chad Surratt. And for the Lions that I just talked about, you got Jamar Jefferson. So put him over there. No big hit yet. We're still looking for a decent-sized rookie quarterback. I think out of all this, we've only really hit 1 Trey Lance. So nothing too crazy here yet. Backdrop of the day. I had to put it up there, but Patrick Mahomes, once again, still really good. I don't know if anybody realizes that. Still really good. Obviously loses Tyreek Hill. We'll get into that later. But pulled that out of the last episode. Phillip Rivers downtown. Phillip Rivers is one of my favorite players of all time. It's a downtown. It's Optic. It makes sense. And then we got a Bowman Chrome of Aaron Donald. You know, one of his rookie cards. Derek Carr. And Armandre Stevenson, because I can't not hit him. And for the Dolphins, wrong Jalen. Jalen Phillips. Another guy that I cannot stop hitting. So Ramondre Stevenson and Trey Sermon are going to be the bane of my existence this year. Moving on, number 3 in the NFC West. I'm looking at the Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins is out for the start of the year. So you're looking at, a couple guys there that I'm not really super pumped about. AJ Green, you lose Christian Kirk, you get Trey McBride to go with Zach Ertz. I just, yes, it's Kyler, but I don't know, not really the guy that I'm going to hitch my horse to. Dalvin Cook. For the Bengals, Captain America himself, Chris Evans, and then it's going to be a vet. Looks like it's going to be the Oilers. I'm going to say the Lions. Earl Campbell. So there we go. The Cardinals play the Eagles, the Patriots, and Minnesota. All three are tough games. All three are going to give him fits, I think. Good teams, good defenses, everything you kind of want. I think Minnesota can go toe-to-toe with them offensively. Eagles, even they can do it. You lose Chandler Jones over there. You have J.J. Watt still. You got a couple guys, but I think they're not really the team that I think. I have them winning maybe 8 games, maybe 9 games, pushing it, I think. Once again, that's my opinion, but I think that's kind of where they finish off. Next up, and I really struggled with this one, I get the Rams. And the reason I got the Rams is because the 3 teams out of the division, all that stuff, that they play are the Dallas Cowboys, which that could go both ways, the Buffalo Bills, which are Super Bowl favorites at this point, right? And the Green Bay Packers, which whatever you want to say about Green Bay in the playoffs, blah, blah, in the regular season, they take care of business typically. Obviously, I picked them to win the NFC North. So it's like, I don't know. I think that's the hard part. I think if you go even 1-2 there, 2-1, I think you do good. But I think just it's a couple losses compared to what they're going to have with the 49ers. I just think they're going to win 10, maybe 11 games. Get Gronk, Kenny Golladay. For the Browns, Greg Newsome. And a white-hot rookies. This is Kyle Pitts. Looking for those rookie quarterbacks. I don't know if Optic didn't get the memo. I guess when you get 2 downtowns last up video. And then, top of the list from me. And I understand Trey Lance. I do not think Trey Lance is the best quarterback in that division. I do think it's Matthew Stafford. The other thing is Matthew Stafford with that whole shoulder thing, whatever he's dealing with, elbow thing, I think it is actually. That just worries me too, right? Even if he misses 1 or 2 games, 3 games, whatever it could be, I don't like that. So it's, for me, 49ers with Trey Lance. They probably try to keep Jimmy G as long as possible. But they also play the Washington Commanders, which, Washington Commanders. They play the Dolphins, which could be a good game, right? They also play the Bears. So the Bears is that big one that kind of guarantees you a win. The Finns and the Washington should be a win for them. The Dolphins, it could go 50-50, right? But I think they have a better chance going 2-1 or 3-0 out of those 3 games compared to the Rams, who might go 1-2, might go 2-1 at best. So here we go. Lamar Jackson, Jim Kelly, got a Pete Werner, and for the New York Giants, Kadarius Toney maybe? Kadarius Toney. Literally all I've been doing this entire series is trashing the New York Football Giants, and we got a Kadarius Toney to finish that off. So here we go. Last blaster out of this series, and we're going to get over to the AFC West. Like I said, I think the 49ers, once again, not a big Trey Lance guy. Looking back, I probably should have bought more Trey Lance cards because people don't care about anything other than team success when it comes to players. So you can be an awesome quarterback. How much do people care about Matthew Stafford when he was on the Lions? They didn't, especially with cards, right? Now he's getting a little more popular. You go through all these guys. If you just stink and you're just a quarterback there, nobody cares, right? That's just how it works, right? That's why all this stuff works like that, right? Daniel Jones, nobody wants to buy Daniel Jones stuff because they think the Giants are going to, stink. So it's looking back, like I said, Trey Lance is probably the best buy that you can get because he's probably going to have the most success out of all those quarterbacks from last year. So flip these around. By the way, I open them this way because every time they're facing this way, Now we're into the AFC West. And I know this is going to be controversial because obviously it's my division. So it's going to go back and forth here. Some people are going to like me and some people are going to hate me. And that is fine. That's been this whole list. My division just happens to be the division that is probably the most like could go any way. It could be the exact opposite of what I say. Who knows, right? Darius Slayton, Kylan Hill, and here's our hit. Another Kyle Pitts. Oh, God. And then we got a Brett Favre in the hollow. So no downtown in this one. I guess two downtowns for this series is a bit. But bottom of the division, number 4, it is going to be Bronco Country. That's right. With Russell Wilson. I think they might win 8 games. I looked through the schedule. They do play the Jets, which is kind of a best case scenario for them, but they also play the Panthers, which I think the Panthers could be a little bit of a tricky game for a lot of people. And you got the Ravens. Ravens I think are tough. So Panthers and Ravens, you could obviously go 2-1 there. You could also go 1-2, kind of go back and forth with that one. But you also once again just play the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Raiders. Are you gonna go above 500 against those 3 teams? I don't see it. Once again, I think their defense is good. I like Patrick Surtain. I like a couple guys over there. But you've lost a couple people over the last little bit. You lost Devon Miller. You lost all these other guys over the last couple of years. Now the receivers are good. Javonte Williams is a monster. We got Deion Jones, Corey Davis, Washington, Jamin Davis because he likes to follow us around. And for the Miami Dolphins, a Hunter Long. Jalen Waddle just doesn't like us over here. Like the amount of Hunter Longs and Jalen Phillips and Javon Hollins I've got is stupid. I just think Broncos, once again, you're doing with a new quarterback and a new place with new receivers, with a new coaching staff. It's just so much against them. It's a lot to work through, right? That's my kind of thing behind it. And you can say whatever you want about Vic Fangio and all that stuff over in Denver. At the end of the day, Vic Fangio was good at one thing, and it was freaking defenses. So I feel like the defense is going to take a little bit of a step back, not just having Vic there. Number 3, it is that terrible team in black. It is the Las Vegas Raiders. The Eagles, Devontae Smith, that's a decent little hit there. And then for the Rams, Funk or Harris? Jacob Harris. There we go. We'll throw a sleeve on Jacob Harris. Kind of using him as like a receiver / tight end. Fast. I think someone was saying he played like soccer or volleyball or something in college too. Just an athlete. Raiders. And the part of this, Raiders play the Saints. Not a big fan of that. I think the Saints have a really good defense, if anything else. They play the Patriots. Once again, good defense. Bill Belichick. I think their offense is pretty good. Obviously, they got Devontae Adams. They even got Chandler Jones on the defense. But they lost Yannick Ngakoue. Why do I feel like I'm saying that name wrong? Anyways, Yannick. They lost him. And it just goes back and forth. And they play the Steelers. So even the Steelers, that's a good defense. I don't like the offensive line. That's my main thing with the Raiders. I'm not a fan of it. It's part of it. You got a Hunter Renfrow, who's an awesome slot receiver, a really good route runner, plus a Devontae Adams, plus a Darren Waller, plus a Josh Jacobs. But once again, you get Josh McDaniels. See how he does in his second run as a head coach. Obviously, with Denver, it was a little different. Like I said, defense, it's probably going to be hit or miss, right? But they got rid of Gus Bradley over there. So it's a little bit of a different system. It's just one of those things. I think the Raiders are still going to be pretty good. I got them at 10 wins. So see if that comes through. Chris Godwin, Stephon Diggs for the Chargers. There's my boy Rashawn Slater. And a Ryan Tannehill to finish that one off. So actually hit quite a few of Rashawn Slater's base. Next up, on the sheet, in the 2-hole, I have my LA Chargers. Bet you weren't expecting that, were you? But I bet you also weren't expecting that I actually have a line, because I was doing it. I actually flipped them afterwards. I have like a line with 2 errors or something. I got the Chiefs going second. And the reason why I have the Chiefs is because the Chiefs play out of their three AFC West plays AFC South and the NFC West. So, NFC West, Cardinals, Seahawks, and AFC South, Jags, and Texans. A little bit of an easier schedule. Obviously, you play the Colts, which could be whatever, and Titans, same thing. But the Chiefs played Tampa, not an easy game. The Buffalo Bills, once again, not an easy game. And the Cincinnati Bengals. That's a hard schedule to go through. Jalen Hurts, Kellen Mond. Do we get shorted a card in this? Did I already take the Mark Andrews off? What is going on here? And a My House of Josh Allen. Not numbered or anything. I thought maybe with the blue it might be numbered, but no. Just the hollow, kind of like that Patrick Mahomes back there. But yeah, he is one of the reasons why I'm worried about Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I understand, obviously, they beat them in the playoffs, all that other stuff. But at the end of the day, those are 3 hard games. Bengals, Tampa, and the Bills. There's not an easy game out of all that. If they go 1-2 out of that, would anybody be surprised? No, right? So that was, and I initially had them at the top. I honestly thought, I was like, they're probably going to have I think they might have it. They're pretty good. Obviously, they lose Tyreek Hill. You lose a couple guys. Defense is, decent, but it's Andy Reid. It's the same staff. It's Patrick Mahomes, who's ridiculous and really good. Get all this stuff, right? All this stuff going for you. But it's just it's literally those 3 games. And I've said that since the start of this series. Those 3 games that aren't a part of who everybody else plays. Because you can kind of say, 2-2 for all those other games, whatever. You can kind of wash it. But it's those 3 extra games and kind of the strength of schedule and who everybody plays. That Tampa Bills Bengals, to me, that just scares me if I'm a Chiefs fan, and kind of how I'm doing that. So last pack, and of course, I have the Chargers then at the top. I have the Chiefs winning probably like 11 games, and I have the Chargers winning 12. So, and the reason I have the Chargers winning 12 is because they play the Falcons. They play the Dolphins. And they play the Browns before Deshaun Watson gets back. Falcons, I think, are going to be terrible. It's going to all come back and slap me in the face. Browns, think are going to be not very good. Before you get Deshaun Watson back, Jacoby Brissett's fine. I understand they have a good defense. Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, Myles Garrett, all those other guys over there. I understand they're good. But, running game's going to be good. But I just think they're kind of going to be limited with Jacoby. Or maybe my boy Josh Rosen gets in. But who actually has played pretty well, by the way. Watched so far the first 2 preseason games where he's played pretty well. This is going to be coming out after the 3rd preseason game. Maybe he looked terrible, but I still think he played pretty good in the first 2 games. But yeah, it's just those 3 games. I think they have a really good chance of going 3-0 out of those 3 games. I think that's a better chance than, if the Chiefs go, even if they go 2-1, I think that they have a better chance going 2-1 rather than the Chiefs going 2-1 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Buffalo Bills, and the Cincinnati Bengals. So Calvin Ridley, Damian Harris for the Jags. That's not Trevor Lawrence because he has a football right there when he is in his picture. So that's Andre Sisco. And we're going to finish off with the Rams with a Jake Funk. So there we go. So no huge hit in this one to even get a rookie quarterback. Compared to last one, you get 2 downtowns in the last one. Then this one, you kind of Rashawn Slater, Devontae Smith, Hunter Long, Kadarius Toney, Kyle Pitts hollow for the Red Hot, Jalen Phillips, Jamar Jefferson, yeah, that's a rough 2 blasters right there. That's not how you want to finish it off, but that's fine. So yeah, Chargers. I really wanted to put the Chiefs above them just because I didn't want to seem like I was a big homer here. But yeah, I think the Chargers, and we'll go through the reasons. You got Justin Herbert, 3rd year. first time since like his sophomore year in college he's had the same offensive coordinator back-to-back years. That's big, I think, just not having to learn new verbiage, not having to learn new plays, not have to like start from scratch from everything. That's big, right? That's big for anybody on that team, right? All the receivers, running backs, linemen, whoever it is, I think that's big. It's just, you have that. You have Keenan Allen, you have Mike Williams, you have Josh Palmer who took a step up. You got Gerald Everett over there. You got Trey McKitty going to step up. The running backs look better. So Joshua Kelly, he came in better shape to go behind Austin Eckler, and obviously there's going to be Isaiah Spiller. The right tackle, I don't like. That's, if I got to talk about one thing on that offensive group, it's the right tackle. Drives me absolutely nuts. The thought of having to watch either Trey Pipkin or Storm Norton there for 17 games, it's gonna hurt. And then on the defense, you got JC Jackson, who went for surgery. He'll be back in 2 to 4 weeks, so he's probably only going to come back for week 3 or 4, right? You probably won't rush him back into that. So you got him, but you got Khalil Mack. Once again, Khalil Mack, if he even plays 8 games, that's fine. But even just having guys like Sebastian Joseph Day, guys like that over there, that's a big difference. The rookie safety, they're going to try to work him in. If Derwin James can stay a little bit healthier, that's a big one. It's just a lot of guys. Kyle Van Noy, they've been really high on. It's just a lot of those things. The offensive line, like I said, left guard, if he stays healthy, Rashawn Slater, I think, is really good. Corey Linsley, he's good. They go out and draft a right guard. I'm happy about that. I'm like one of the few people that gets excited about offensive line. I watched Phillip Rivers play behind terrible offensive lines for years and years and years. So to see a little bit of offensive line help, I'll never say no to that. And apparently he's looked really good. So you just have all these different things that are kind of looking good for them. I'm trying to keep my expectations a little bit leveled through all of it, but Adderley played really well last year. Asante Samuel Jr. was pretty good last year. Like I said, Chris Rumps came in bigger this year. Like, it's a lot of guys. I think they can roll with them. I think the run game will be better. I think Brandon Staley can actually do what he wants this year on defense. Where last year he was kind of trying to pick guys here and there and having to throw this guy in there and trying different guys at edge, and Jerry Tillery, who's not very good at offensive tackle, and you had all this stuff, and he couldn't really implement the defensive schemes that he wanted to, I think, and have them executed. So anyways, I'm pretty excited about it as a whole. I think just with those extra 3 games, I think that could be the difference for them. So let me know what you guys think I did, whether I got something wrong in the NFC West, whether I got something wrong in the AFC West. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching this series. If you haven't yet, go back and check out my other ones. See what I kind of said about the other ones. Let me know what your opinions are on those. Trying to, once again, I love football, so I want to bring more to football to the channel. I know you guys don't watch it. The football doesn't get as many views typically as what my hockey stuff does, but hopefully that changes. I got some card show stuff that's up on the channel too. Once again, some PSA reveals. There's a little bit of everything on this channel when it comes, deals with cards and everything else. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And for Eric at From the Bench, like us on Instagram and everything too. I always forget this. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, wherever you look up From the Bench, YT or From the Bench, I should pop up. So anyways, make sure you guys like us on there. Like and subscribe on here. For Eric at From the Bench, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.